Hope everybody's having a good week. Today is Thursday pour day, so might as well pour, right? Let me get set up here, wait for some people to drop in, and get to having some fun. All right, so you can see the clock in the background. That's something that Rhonda Tolliver, the lucky one, made for me. Pretty awesome. Love it. I got some new, not new, but things here that I haven't poured yet. And I've been giving away those 4-leaf clovers. I was thinking about trying to do something like make a round 4-leaf clover round. I have 2 of them. I was going to glue them together to make a thicker one. But because it's kind of rounded, it's not going to work all that great. So I have to figure that out. I could just press it down into the sand and then do an open pour. I would like to do this doubloon again. I got that from Pirate back in the day. I was also thinking about this guitar head here, PRS headstock. The problem is the hole. And it's got some going ons on the back. I don't know if you can see that. So you're definitely going to notice a difference there. I do have like a little tool I could use for that to try to fix it. But I got some shells, although I'll probably break these trying to sandcast them. I still have this. I thought about doing a second one of because the first one I kept. Tool is my favorite band, so I had to make that. I wish I could do this anvil, but it's too many. Like how it's bent right here. That would have to be flat for me to do this. Otherwise, it would work perfect. Serpent Silver, what's going on? You got the package? Awesome. Yeah, I got everything out yesterday. I was trying to have everything out by Tuesday, but it's tough, man. It's funny because I had 14 orders that went out, and I had 7 giveaways that went out. I had half as many giveaways that I did orders. Yeah, I do have a big anvil that I made too. The same one, I just printed it bigger. That would be cool to have sitting on the desk. I just got to figure out this whole bent part. I wonder if I put like some JB Weld or something like that in it that I could let it dry and then sand it down so it would be flat right there. Because that curve, when you get sand that presses in, when you go to pull it out, it's just going to pop it all out. And I could probably try to doctor it back in there. I'm actually pretty good at that, but because it's in the center, that's where the line would be going down. It'd be on both sides, and that's going to be tough. I do have a Catwoman. I forgot who this is. This little guy too. It's tough to do these busts now that I'm using duff plate. I gotta get some new Petrobond. I tried this one time, but I didn't have enough silver, so like the whole top right here was not full. I don't know. I don't really see much in here that I'm trying to do though. Doctor Who, what's going on? So this was pretty cool. Friday when I was done the auction, she had brought home some Chinese food. And so I ate the Chinese food. And of course it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Ate a little bit of the Chinese food and I was like, let me get one of those cookies, right? Fortune cookies. It says, others will be impressed with your artistic side. I was like, damn, if that didn't hit the nail on the head. Because that was my best auction yet. Quite a few things. There were some bid battles going on, and it was a lot of fun for me. So thank you to everybody that showed up for that. I need to clean this a little bit. There's always sand everywhere. Man, I did a lot of cleaning up outside yesterday. Took a whole truckload to the dump. Still got a decent amount of shot left. And then these poker chips that didn't turn out great. I'm gonna redo all these. I almost want to make one more. That way I can just kind of. It sounds better when you got 4. Only 2 clanking just doesn't quite do it. You like clink, clank, clank. Have a small pickle, Rick? Huh? I always say it between the sheets after you read the fortune. I had another one of these doubloons that I kind of scratched a CC onto it. That's kind of dumb though. I think I should leave it the way it is. I might do this though. I did a prototype and a number 1. Or I did one as a gift for Pirate, sent it to him, but I don't know if that was even a prototype, so I might only be on number 1. Are you guys seeing the chat okay? Is this working? Because it feels like this other thing is not working great. Brown Sugar, what's going on? Can you see and hear? Is everything working? There's only 3 people here. We had 7 a minute ago. I feel like something's not working right. I'm looking at the computer and it's like spinning. Okay. Thank you. So, after today, we will definitely be hitting a milestone. I am 21 hours away from having 3,000 watch hours. And at that point, you can set up like the super chat and super stickers. I don't know if that's something I'm going to do, but it'll be cool to be there, to know that I could. And then at 4,000 hours, that's when you get to like monetize the channel and make money off your videos. Again, I don't know if that's something I'll do. I don't post a whole lot of videos anyway. I'm trying to get back to that though. Hey, calm down. What are y'all doing? No. Lay down. Dog sitting. Got my dog and a stepdaughter's dog. And they love to play. which is fine until they're like, ah! Somebody gets hurt. You got me too good. Yeah, I think I might try this doubloon real quick. I'm just gonna put it in like that. I haven't done this one in a while. I think the original one that I did sold in that first auction. This would be cool to get another one of those. So if there's anything anybody has seen that they like, that they would like me to do again, let me know so I can make sure I have a few things for the next auction. I'm going to try to get that done by the end of this month, but it might end up being like the 3rd, I believe it is a Friday. So if I don't end up making it by the weekend before that, by the 3rd I'll be doing something. I'll have enough. I'm going to have some more poker chips. I'm going to at least have 2 of them, that way I can be at 7. But I'm going to try to have 10 done. And if I have your poker chip, you'll get $5 off of mine if you have the winning bid. Which is a great deal, because I think they only cost like $2 to have them made or something like that. Somebody even said $1.50. I don't know, I haven't looked it up yet. I guess I'll get them made at some point because that's kind of the thing everybody's doing, but I wanted to go a step beyond. Since I can pour, might as well do it, right? I thought it was a good idea. And I've sold 5 of them now. Some more than others. The prototype, the number 1. I think the prototype went for 55? Or the number 1 went for 55. All 3 of them went for 45 at this last auction. Which isn't bad. But when you think about the hours wrapped up in it, it's not great. But I always have a minimum bid, so any sale is a good sale. I always start it at the least I could do and see what happens. Kind of leave it up to you guys to go from there. That turtle went for 190 bucks. I couldn't believe it. That was awesome. That made up for a few of the ones that kind of went for whatever I put them up for. There was a lot of good coin deals too. And I'll definitely have some new stuff in this next auction. Because I've got a lot of unboxings to do. And I want to hit up my local store around here and see what kind of deals they can give me. Like the more I buy, the better the deal, hopefully. Sort of thing. I might even talk to some people that I know that stack and see if they're wanting to let go of any of their stuff. Maybe get into some other people's collections. Carol Clark, hello. I don't know why this computer is, it's not showing any picture. But if y'all can see, I guess it's all good. JK, what's going on? Back to day shift. Gotcha. I was thinking, I don't know what's good for everybody, but I was thinking because 2:30 in July and August in Maryland sucks in the afternoon with a 2,000-degree furnace. So maybe doing either some morning pours or some afternoon pours. The thing that sucks about the afternoon is the mosquitoes are so bad, they want to carry me off. And I'm highly allergic to mosquitoes. Every single bite I get, it swells up and itches for like 24 hours. And it stings. Like, I'm so allergic to them things. My daughter, it's crazy, she'll get bit and doesn't even notice. Like, I wish I had that gene. Should have told Pirate I was gonna do this earlier. I don't even know if he remembers I made that thing for him. He showed it one time, he's like, and this is from you guys. He didn't say my name. Dale M, what's going on? I think I need to get some more duff clay too. I've got enough, but when I do two, there's pretty much nothing left. And the more I do pieces, the less I'm going to have, because you always got to throw away a little bit. Or at least, you know, not use it, put it somewhere else. So, I need to get some more of that too. I want to place an order soon for some duff clay and Petrobond. I do have this Petrobond down here. And I've never opened this bag, but it's also just been sitting in this bag, and I don't know how airtight it is. I'm wondering if it's, oh man, there's a rip right there. It's probably dried out a little bit. I know that kind of dried out. So I might have to just start over with the Petrobond, see what happens. I also have some big things. I got a guy, actually the postmaster, good dude, man. I talk to him all the time when I go in there. We usually talk for 15, 20 minutes if nobody's there. But he wants me to do this big copper bar, and I have a flask I made out of wood. It's about 10 inches, 12 inches. And so I'm gonna do a copper bar for him. I guess I'll just take a 2x4 or some kind of piece of wood and cut it down to the right size, see if that's what he wants, and then just make a copy of that. So this sand would be perfect for that sort of thing, some of those bigger pieces, aluminum, copper, you know, things like that. So it's not going to be a total waste. But yeah, it's pretty awesome that I came back about 5 months ago and we're getting ready to surpass 3,000 hours. Actually, I don't even think the auction is part of that, and that was 136 hours, I think. So they say it takes up to 7 days for it to update. So I'm pretty sure we're there already. It's not going to be hard to get 21 hours. I mean, I could go live and just sit downstairs and show you guys coins and probably hit that. Do some coin roll hunting. The next day it's hot, I'm going to be doing some coin roll hunting. I got some quarters, and I know that there's a W in those quarters because I saw it. She had brought me home like $150, and 30 of them were not rolled yet. And of course, you know, I'm nosy. I had to know. I wanted to roll them because I wanted to go through and, you know, with you guys. But I looked at it. It was a 2020, and sure enough, it was a W. I guess it's good to know, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, man, I wish I hadn't looked. But you never know. She said those have been sitting there for years, so there might be more in there too. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. We shall see. I have a feeling that it was going to be hard to get out of there. 7 stacks, what's up? Coffee break. Zem is having the best time ever. Appreciate you joining. I'm sandcasting, Zem. Pouring praying hands. You know, I was thinking about doing that because I know there's quite a few people that want one. So I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about trying to get 2 done, so we can do that next. This one? Are we talking about little buttons I made? Because I was also thinking about doing a couple more of these. It's got tape on it because that's how I get it back out of the sand. And cat hair. But yeah, the praying hands I do plan on doing. And I would like to do it live because I know it's a piece that will probably sell. I'll probably do 10 of those eventually. Oh, Zem. So what I'm doing is, this is plastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it into silver through sand casting. So I put sand in here. I cover it with sand on the other side, and you'll see. I put this on top, and then I break it back apart. I pull this out, and then I make a channel to pour silver down into it. This is 3/9 fine silver shot, pure silver, and which is, you know, like what this is. So this is the metal I'll be using to make that. This is a doubloon. It's plastic, and it's gonna look cool when it's silver. This is the second or the third one I've done, but it's been a while, so we'll see what happens. But every Tuesday and Thursday I go live and I pour something. Sometimes I'll do copper. At some point I'm either going to do some gold. But that's what we do here every Tuesday and Thursday. And if it rains or something and I can't get the furnace out, we'll do some coin roll hunting, or who knows. Last time I just did a bunch of giveaways. We just hung out for a little while and I gave a bunch of stuff away. I'm going to have to cut back on doing that so much, man. I've given so much away. I've given away like a couple $100 over the past month probably. And it's hard to keep doing that. I like doing it, but I don't really have the means to give everything away like that. And I still need to do some other giveaways that I never did for like the 1K. which I might go live before the next auction. I might just do a live stream, opening up some of that old mail, and then doing the giveaways in that live stream. I think that'll be more fun instead of trying to make videos. What do you guys think? Trying to think of like different ways to do giveaways though. I do have those Scrabble pieces, so I could do like pick a letter and then reach down in the bag and pull one out. The problem is there kind of has to be under 27 people there. You know what I mean? I don't know how great that's gonna work. Sounded good when I was thinking about it at first, and then I was like, well, this actually might not be the greatest idea. You were driving away the store? What do you mean? You are driving away the store, Cap. What store? What are we talking about? I'm confused. I'm not a very smart man. You gotta elaborate for me. And this is baby powder I'm putting on here. You can also use cornstarch, I hear works even better, because I don't want it to stick when I pull it back apart. And I don't want this to stick to the sand either. To look about like that. And then we put this side on. And I run it through this to make the sand really fine when it first gets in there. Try to get into all the little crevices. Make sure I get all the detail out of the piece. I am not an expert at this, but I did start about 3 years ago. I didn't do it every day for 3 years. When they say to be an expert, what is it, 10,000 hours? I probably got a few thousand. Maybe even like 5,000. But 10,000, I don't know about that. That's going to be a while. I'd say maybe like 3 or 4. I still got a long way to go. But that's why I come on here and go live. That way you guys can learn with me. And as I make mistakes, you come along on my ride. And then you can learn from my mistakes. Instead of getting out there and doing it yourself, you can kind of learn what I'm doing and then go from there. There's a lot of people that come in here and hang out. And sometimes people will give me ideas. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But that's what this platform is all about. It used to be more about silver, gold, coins, and bills, stacking, all that stuff, collecting. And then I got into pouring and kind of just never looked back. It's a lot of fun. And by the way, not every piece turns out great. I can sit here for an hour doing stuff like this, and then when I go to, it'll be up to the last step sometimes. I'll screw it up and have to start over. It happens. But that's what it's all about, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Taking you guys along with me as I figure it out, as I become an expert. Because I will be at one point. I also want to get into, so this is called sandcasting. I also want to get into lost wax, which then I can do like real 3D type of things, like statues and things like that. Piece of plastic thing. Oh, you're talking about the giveaways? 7? Duh. Oops. That went right over my head. Kevin Hawthorne, what's going on? SGT, what's up? Michael, good afternoon. Tony, did I say hello? I think I did. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Smash that like button for me if you don't mind. There's 17 of you here and we have 9 likes. Of course, you can hit the dislike button if you want. Just some kind of interaction. It helps either way. So yeah, I looked today. For those of you that weren't here, I was talking about 21 more hours and then I'll hit the 3,000 watch hour landmark, not landmark, you know, the thing. Milestone. And then I can do super chat, super stickers. I don't know if anybody would be into doing that stuff anyway. And I know YouTube takes like 30% of that. So like I said, I don't know if it's something I would do, but it's good to achieve things like that. It makes me want to continue and keep going. And get to 4,000. And then at 4,000 you can do the whole monetization thing where you can actually make money off of the videos. But then it's like commercials and stuff involved, and I don't know if I really like that. Although a lot of times when you watch my channel, you get commercials anyway, which I think is ridiculous. Why does YouTube get to make money off of my videos if I can't? But they do. And if I had stayed on it, I've been on here for 3 years. Actually 4 years almost. Coming up on 4 years. In 2020, I think it was August 2020 when I started the channel. And then I went on a hiatus for like 2 years. So I basically had to start over again. And right now I'm further than I was before I took that break. That was New Year's 2022. First of the year in 2022, I decided to take a little bit of a break. I wasn't planning on being gone 2 years, but that's what it turned into. So it's been catch up ever since. I still have unboxings and things that I picked up, mail from over 2 years ago that I'm still trying to get back to. I did make a bunch of videos over the past few days, but I still gotta edit and post. So I'm trying to get back into the videos. YouTube, for some reason though, every time I try to post a video, it doesn't do it with live streams, but every time I try to post, it locks up on me and I have to back out of YouTube and come back in, and whatever it is that I started to type in the description, it's gone. It'll just lock up. Like if I hit, and say I hit S, right? The S will pop up big and then it'll just stay big like that. It won't like actually go into the description, and then it won't let me do anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my phone or YouTube. But YouTube actually sent me an email saying they know that I had issues with my description, and that was actually for one of my auctions, because I typed in a whole description but it wasn't there. But this is kind of a different thing. It's not even letting me type it. I probably should reach out. I guess you could email YouTube, right? I need to do that. See what the hell's going on. Now, if I post the video and then go back into Studio, then I can type it in there. But it's just a pain in the butt. I like to do everything all at once. Especially if I'm trying to like, man, that moved a little bit. If I'm trying to like leave somebody's channel link, I don't want somebody to watch it before I got a chance to put the link in. I don't think this is going to be hard to get out, that's for sure. Sorry, but why are you laying there? You're laying right underneath where I'm going to be dropping sand if I drop it. Boom. That's what we're trying to do. And then I'll take this out and then run a channel down for the silver to go into. And it'll make a copy. Yeah, the clock is awesome, isn't it? I think I might put it a little bit lower though. That's just what was there. The thing that was there was hanging down here. Because it's kind of got me looking too high up right now. And I was actually about to change that. I have to put that a little bit lower at some point. But I want to show you guys what I'm doing here. Buddy, I'm going to step on your tail. Like, you really got to go. Come on, Simba. Simba, come on. Come on. He's like, you're a dick. Leave me alone. Thank you. It's funny, he's a cat that really can't meow. He tries and he's like, eh, eh. It's hilarious. Sweet. Man, I did not have to do anything there. That's what you call working out perfectly. It didn't even pull any sand out on the edges, really. Always have to go around and press down on these edges. I think this one popped up just a little bit. Or did it? Maybe not. Actually, it didn't. So what'll happen is, when you're looking at it from the side, a little bit will be popped up and there'll be like a gap in between. You just got to press that back down. Otherwise, silver will fill into the gap. So I always go around with my finger and just kind of press it down just to make sure. But yeah, I don't think anything popped out on this. Finally, an easy one. I say that and I'm going to screw something up, watch. And then we make a channel for the silver to run down into. And I did it on this flat side here. sure that there's no loose sand here. You don't want to take any sand down into the piece. Just want to make sure that the metal touches perfect. And I always do both sides. Make sure it has a good flow. I love this tool. If you pour, you should get yourself one of these, flat on one end and round on the other. I love this thing. It's my new favorite piece. Always taking my time, trying to make sure that I'm doing it right the first time. Make sure that there's not going to be a bunch of cleanup afterwards. And that should be enough for it to breathe. Just want to have a way for like the gases to kind of escape out of it. Stinky, what's going on? Just a dude, hello. Man, I ain't blowing my nose. It's Red Bull o'clock. Red Bull o'clock on the dot. Alright, so we got that. Let's get one of these praying hands going. And then we'll pour those. See what they look like. And that's probably going to be about it for the day. It does not seem as flat as it used to be. I don't know if I like this anymore. Pans get heated up, especially when I put a torch on them. That's what I've been doing. When they're outside, I have them open and I take a torch to it, kind of heat the whole thing up, and then I close them and then run the torch down and around the edges, try to get any kind of moisture out of it. It seems to be working. I was putting it into the oven at 200 degrees for about 15-20 minutes, and that was working too, but I feel like that was drying everything out really bad, which this is probably doing the same thing, but you know, trying to figure it out. What I like about this is that it's metal, it's not plastic. And when you have metal pieces, they fall right out, especially because it's not really grabbing anywhere. Everything's pretty rounded. So this is a really easy one to get out. I probably don't even need to use baby powder, but better be safe than sorry, so I still do. But oh, and I have to show you. I used the pitch bowl for the first time since I got it. Really, I did that one piece and I didn't like it because some of it, the pitch got stuck into the piece and I had to sit there and get it all back out and clean it up again. It was such a pain in the butt. So I used it this time with the praying hands. You can see it right there. And then that was the Jesus that I did. And so I heated up with the heat gun, well, in my instance, a hairdryer, push the piece down into it to where it doesn't move, and then I pull it back out, let it dry, and then put it back in. I think the mistake I made before is I pushed it in there, I waited for it dried when the piece was stuck in it, and it made some of it stick to the piece. So I think I figured that out, so that's good. So I'll definitely be using this more. And all I have to do is take the blow dryer to it again, and it'll flatten all back out. But right now, it's hard as a rock. I mean, it's harder than a rock, really. It's kind of crazy that it only needs to be 100 degrees and it gets like putty almost. So yeah, that's a pretty cool piece, but I will say that was $170, so not a cheap one. But it allows me to stamp some of those pieces. Like if I tried to stamp this the way it is, if I don't do it in exactly the right place, and if you're trying to stamp a bunch of things on it, you know, you don't have so much room anyway. So it bends the piece really bad, and I don't want to bend it. I want to keep it flat. So that's how I do it. Dude, you're right in my spot again. You gotta move, bud. Thank you. taking chunks of this. Matter of fact, I might make a hard chunk. When it's nice and hard, when I pull some of the stuff out of here, I might break it in like a couple pieces, but I keep chunks of it because when you have a chunk, it's so much easier to stick it through here when I got a chunk, and I can just kind of hold on to the chunk. It makes it so much easier. And I do this because every little piece is exactly the same. So when it gets pushed down onto it, all those little tiny, pieces, I'm trying to find the right words, it makes sure it gets into all the detail a lot better when you do this. If I had like a couple big chunks, a couple small chunks, there might be a spot where it just didn't quite get all the way down in there. So that's why we always do this. You don't have to with most pieces. To be honest with this one, it's not that much detail really. So you really don't have to do it, but most of us kind of do it anyway. And then from here, I'm trying to go around the edges because I want everything to be even as I can when I go to press it down. Everything to be kind of even as possible. Now I try to fill in all the cracks on the edges. We need a machine where you can just take like you would just roll a big ball up, right? Like a turd. You just have a turd looking log, right? And stick it into a thing where you could just pull the trigger and it just, puts it out. That would be cool. I guarantee everybody that pours would buy one. I know I would. I'm going to have to patent that. I always try to get around the edges first when I'm pressing, and then go along. You want to make sure it's getting all the way around it. And you don't want to move it at this point either. Although now it's pretty in there. But you really don't want to move this when you're at this part of the process. Be real careful. I've done that before where I had the whole thing slid down. I didn't even realize that the piece was all the way on the bottom. And it didn't turn out all that great. That was that Hell Girl piece where it looked like she got shot in the face. Now we're rolling it to get all the details. You want to make sure you're down into all the little details. Like I said, this one doesn't have a crazy amount of details, so it's not like I gotta go crazy at this point, but sometimes if you have like 3D printed stuff that's plastic, this process will break it. I've had that happen before many times. Not many times, but a few times. So that's what it looks like on that side. Man, this freaking nose. Can't stand watching somebody and they're sitting there sniffling the whole time. I know it's aggravating to some people. So I do apologize. How many times to blow my nose? It just does not stop. I never even used to have allergies until I was 30 years old. I just want to do this over the trash can so I don't have baby powder all over everything. I'm going to do that. You guys saw me do this on the last one. All I'm going to do is just kind of get this all mixed up. But I want the access to go in the trash, and I'll over that. I don't like to get it all up in the sand. That's all we're looking for. Just like that. How you like that? This is a hard one. It's gotta be perfect. That's why sometimes like, I like using this one, but man, it's good to be tight, but it's almost too tight. And actually, this side, I'm not even gonna worry about using that because I really don't need it. It'll get flat. Hear my knee pop? All right. Look at that. Look how wet that sucker is. It's the only thing about these gloves. Serpent, appreciate you. Southeast Stacker, did I send you stickers? I just came across your envelope the other day and you sent me a couple of your stickers. I'm pretty sure I sent you a couple back, but I wanted to make sure. Joseph Lopez, what's going on? Serpent says, do you take requests for custom pour jobs? Not really, but not that I won't. I just haven't really had too many opportunities to do that. The thing is, I do, like if you had something you wanted me to make a copy of, I could do that, no problem. Just send it to me, I'll make a copy. Well, I guess it depends on what it is. Some things you can't really copy, but if it's something that you need made, Michael can make something up. Like if you wanted to do some kind of channel round or something, I'm sure he could do something like that. Or you could get somebody else to make it. But I don't do customized 3D prints. I can 3D print, but everything I've ever done, I pull off the internet. Muscle Shell, what's going on? Man, I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. You need some 4.9s? Yeah, I've never poured 4.9s. I mean, it's really not much of a difference, in my opinion, but I appreciate you, SGT. Just stopping in and hitting the like button, saying hello, that means a lot to me. I know most people are out there working. I get it. But it's getting so hot out there too, I'm thinking about starting to do this either, probably, I don't know, it's better for me in the morning, but every now and again I like to do some afternoon pours where I know people are off work, you know, like 7 or 8 right before it's starting to get dark. It's just the mosquitoes want to carry me off. Oh, I already read a lot of that stuff. Dang. Southeast. Serpent retracted something. Uh-oh. It did, Serpent. That's why I didn't do it anymore. Usually I would have tried to make that a little bit better. But when I stamped it, it did. It bent. And I actually put it on the pitch bowl, but I didn't like heat it up and like squeeze it down in there real good. I probably could have done that. But I figured it's there, it's enough. It says 3.9s, you can read it. You know, I didn't want to, but it did bend. I had to bend it back. But see, that's something easy to bend back because it's like a cross, you know. Something like this, when it bends, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Then you're trying to hammer it. That's like, is it this one? This one, when I stamped it, you can see it bent it out a little bit. It's like I stamped it too hard. But I'd never stamped a side before, so I was trying to figure that out. and so it bent it out. And I was like, well, maybe if I take a shirt and put it over it and hammer it, it'll get flat, which it probably would have. But you can see it left the hammer marks. Look at that. And so yeah, I totally screwed this one up because of it. That's an error right there. So yeah, we got 5 out there, and out of 5, I've made 8. So as long as I'm doing better than 50-50, I feel like it's a good day. But that's what pouring's all about, man. That you don't always get those perfect pieces. And I know some people that pour, and whatever they pour, that's what they sell. With prototypes, if it fills out for the most part, I will let prototypes go out like that. But when it comes to like number ones and you know, numbered pieces, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable just putting out anything. Now, I'm not saying everything I do is perfect, because it's not. But if it's really messed up, man, I can't let it go out. I've seen some people let things go out that just look terrible. This one's so hard to get undone. This is the hardest part of this one. And so you can see where, man, that looks even more than the last one. The last one didn't look that much. But you see how it's kind of like in here. If I had did the fine stuff, it would have looked a little bit better. Although I wasn't really that pressed, so I didn't like get crazy with it anyhow. Because I'm gonna flatten the whole bottom of it with a sander. But yeah. So what I got to do there, because this was on a cross. I found this in my grandmother's apartment when she passed away. We were cleaning out her apartment, and she had a cross hanging up with this attached to it in the middle of the cross. So I took it off the wall, and I'd always wanted to make a copy of it. This is a couple years ago when she passed away, in 2021. No, 2020. No, 2021. So I finally cut it off, but you know, I had to screw these off. So there's really not much I can do. Maybe try to screw into it a little bit more and then fill it in with like glue or something, maybe. Or something that I can, some kind of putty that I can sand down. That's the only way to really make it perfectly flat. So all I do here is just kind of push down on it a little bit. And then the piece, when it's done, I'll take the whole thing over a sander. Kind of, you know, flatten the whole thing out. I don't want to get too crazy pushing on this. Then it'll be a big old knob. It's hard when you find pieces and you just want to make a copy of it. Sometimes it doesn't always work out like you want it to. So I just do the best I can, and hopefully it's good enough that somebody will want to pick it up. It's always better if the piece is actually stuck in that side, but it rarely happens. Because then you can just tip it over and, because these are sticking up. But with this one, I shouldn't need to do much anyway. Should pop right out. And it didn't. Let's see what's the best. I don't have my sand. I gotta go grab this other piece so I can tap on this thing. Hold on. Trying to loosen it up a little bit. Trying really hard not to hit the sand. Perfect. And that's how it's done. There's always a lot of cleanup on the fingertips though. This one looks a little bit better than the last one. I think the cleanup might not be so hard on this one. I think last time, that's why I was trying to get that to pop out first. I don't know if it's the way it came out and it just moved the sand a little bit or what, but so we got to drag this out. And you can see there, all I'm doing is trying to get it to even to here, just so it, has a good channel. And then really this is what matters. This is where it's going to go in at. just a little bit. I'd rather it go too far, me to push on it too far, and then be able to take it back down through filing, than to have it, the sand pushed in, and then it's, you know, kind of off. I think that's kind of the way it is, though. Yeah, it kind of goes in a little bit there. Anyway, I think we are good. Being on that edge anyway, it can all be fixed. You just might have to take some of this corner, you know, down a little bit more through filing, but it should be good. Feel the humidity because it's sticking to my finger like crazy. Doing this outside would be a no-go today because it is so humid. The night before last, it was 95 degrees humidity, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And I tell you what, yesterday, I wore 3 shirts yesterday, soaking each one. Probably lost 5 pounds. I just want to make sure that there's no loose sand. I'm always worried about that. Pick up a little bit of sand on the way down in there. It is a no-go. So nervous about that little bit, you know, sticking up here. That looks pretty good. I think we are good. I can sit here and do this all day, and I'll still feel like it's not perfect. You gotta call it at some point. Yeah, it's still not. Let me make sure. All right. I think we're good. What do you think? This dog. Ovi! Hey. We are about ready for the most fun part. It's 25 people here. Appreciate you guys. We got 20 likes. 5 of you were like, I don't know about this dude. If you don't know how to hit the like button, all you got to do is tap on the up at the right, and there's 3 bars. Tap on that, and it brings up all the stuff. Do got to run some vent lines on this though, and then we'll be ready. All right. Oh, we did 7? Cool, I have to check that out. Big Stack, yeah, I watch him. Southeast. Did you answer me, by the way? I might have missed it. Did you get my stickers? I'm pretty sure I sent you out some, but I need to start writing that stuff down again. I used to write down everything I sent out and what I sent out. That way I would even know like what stickers people got. And magnets and that sort of thing. But I have to check out Cranky's video. You haven't received any? From me or from 7, Southeast? Haven't received any cap. Oh, I'll make sure I do that. I don't have anything to send out right now, but I'll try to get that out in the next few days. Sorry about that. I could have swore I did, but I got so much mail laying around that I haven't even opened up yet. But I'll make sure I get one out to you. I'll give you one of each. I think you gave me one of each, right? Would you rather have? I have 2 designs. This one. This is the channel, and then I have that blue one. Do you want one each of these, or would you like to have them in the holographic? Because I could give you one each of the holographic instead of one each of these. Let me know. It's up to you. Or if you want one of one, or I don't have a whole lot, so I'm trying to. Normally I would just give you all 4. I'm just kind of running low on all that stuff, and I haven't. The last time they tried to send me, I don't know what's going on with Sticker Mule, but now when they give you the deals, at least the past few, they want you to sign up to win a freaking Cybertruck first, and I'm like, no, I'm not signing up for no damn Cybertruck. Maxilla, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. We're about to pour in a second. I'm just trying to catch up on these comments a little bit. Invisible River Ranch, hello. And I'm just about caught up. Uh-oh, JK's on break. Perfect timing. So I dig it in there pretty hard. But then once I take it across, a lot of it will kind of get stuck back in there. So it ends up being like just enough. And I've never had anything like pour out since I've been doing it this way. So it seems like it's working. Make sure I got everything. I can't get caught up though. I feel good about today. I think this is going to be pretty good pours here. Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure I'm good here though. I like this little, I don't know where I got this from. It's got like an opening on this side. Should be good. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take this one little spot off here. Make sure everything seals up. I don't even put clamps on this one. I don't need it. Once it goes, damn it. Once it goes closed on here, it's tight. I've never even put a clamp on it. I mean, I was at first, but I've done it quite a few times now without. Oh man, the sand, I always feel like it's gonna fall down in there. How you like that? Da, 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 da. Let's go, Cap. What are you doing, bro? We don't got all day. It's gonna be Tuesday by the time you pour. I know. I'm always taking my time trying to make sure it's done right the first time. Because there's nothing worse than pouring something and then realizing that you got to redo it. That shit sucks. I'm going to need this, and probably this. That's about it. Time to make some magic happen. Damn, we got 41 people in here. Smash that like button for me. 41 and 21 likes. We're about to go get the furnace going. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to come back and get you guys and we're going to make some fire. where the magic happens. Try to turn this a little bit. Try to get y'all in the right place here. It'd be better if I bear with me. I'll get there. How's that? Still good? Oh yeah. Probably would have helped to grab some silver though. We are going to be needing that. Probably could just melt these three down, but I don't want to do that yet. So that is just under an ounce, and that was 1.75 on the last one. I guess I'll put in maybe 6 just to make sure we're good. Flattest thing in the world. Got a sprue too. Big old chunks here. .17. I mean, we should definitely have enough, but I gotta see it, and they're kind of far down in there, so I want to make sure we're doing this right. A couple big chunkies. .99. 5.85 should be plenty. Run my finger through the bottom of it, make sure there's nothing in there. Look at my fingers, make sure they're not all discolored. I've only used this crucible twice. And this is a salamander. This is what you want. This is the good stuff right here. The salamander. Face reveal. I don't hide. Broke stacker, what's going on? Perfect timing. M-Wape. I don't know how to, poor guy, talking about me? Anyway, if I missed anybody, my bad. Get her going. Usually I leave my silver out here because when you're inside and you come outside and it's hot as hell, condensation like builds up and I'm always like nervous. Pretty sure it doesn't matter, but 34 people in here, dang. Well, as soon as I say it, it goes to 27. 27 people in here, dang. 24 likes, appreciate you guys. Love that sound. Wait till I yank it up. You're gonna really love it then. I try to let it heat up a little bit slowly at first. It's probably a waste of gas, but that's what I did with that last crucible, and I ran over 200 ounces through it. Probably over 100 pours. And it's still good. Face reveal. That sucks. I do need a haircut. Looking pretty bad right now. Plan on doing that this weekend. I cut my own hair. I do a fade. Number 1 on the sides, number 3 on the top. It's tough trying to cut your hair with 2 mirrors. It takes a while sometimes. But I've been doing it since I was 17. Anyway, I digress. Half roar. Yeah, man, I love having a new crucible, that's for sure. Rhonda, what's going on? You're home, finally. Yeah, Serpent, I was like wondering, am I gonna have to do the full head shave at some point? My grandfather died when he was 73 and he had a full head of hair. It was white, but, and now my dad has a full head of hair, but it's pretty white. And so my hair is starting to turn gray, but I don't know, my daughter says she can see my hairline. I'm like, oh gosh. I don't think I would want to have like a bald receiving hairline. I think I would just shave my head. I think I look really dumb with a bald head though. Anyway, let's blast this thing. right there is what you're here for. 24 likes. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, feel free. Or hit the dislike button. It's all good. Rhonda, I was telling everybody earlier, I'm 21 watch hours away from hitting 3,000. Then we can do super stickers and a super chat. I don't think I'm going to set that up. At least not right away. Maybe at some point. But it's cool hitting that milestone. And they're about 7 days behind on showing that stuff, so I know I've already hit it. Tomorrow it'll probably tell me I'm good. Because I don't even think Friday's live stream is added into that yet. I feel like it's about 7 days behind. Hopefully my phone don't get too hot. I can feel the heat from here. I'm a good 5 foot away from it though. Maybe 6. Well, that's good to hear, Rhonda. Take care of yourself. put on all the safety gear. Safety first when it comes to molten metal. And it is not the day for it. It's hot as hell out here. I'd rather sweat than burn. Hot as hell. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. They're gonna crack up. Face reveal. This is what I look like right now when I'm doing this. It's 90 something degrees out. I don't know if you could see all of me, but yeah, that's how we roll. We ain't trying to burn. Whew. So when I say it's hot, that's what I'm talking about. Itty ass leather. Tell you what though, I'd rather sweat a little bit than feel molten silver stuck in my skin. Because no matter what, that's a bad day. Thanks guys, appreciate that. I probably could have put a little bit more in. I think both of these pieces should turn out good though. It's not like I had to have a crap ton of extra weight. Probably should have put an extra ounce in though. But yeah, it's good. That is a silver doubloon. And this is the praying hands. You can always tell by looking if it filled out all the way. And it did. Shit, I never got water, guys. That was dumb. I'm telling you, we're gonna start making bets. What will Cap forget today? Yep. Both of them filled out, both sides. Let me get some water. All right. Now the time you've all been waiting for. There's nothing better. Man, it didn't stick to either side either. I don't even have to. That's crazy. Usually there's some kind of stickage going on. That was an okay quench. There's a little bit on this one, but that's it. Just that little bit of dirt. Or burnt sand. It's pretty amazing. That almost never happens. Damn, you didn't hear that at all. I was a little late getting the water, I guess. It happens. Man, I can't believe we had 34 people in here earlier. They didn't stay long, but it's always cool when you see at the end of the live stream how many people showed up, how many hours you got from the stream. Yeah, this one's definitely gonna need some cleanup on the praying hands on the back. I might try to fix that at some point to where it starts out a little better. See, these little lines, where's the camera? It's perfect. I used to use a toothpick, which this thing is pretty close to a toothpick. But I was using those little like O-ring tools, like the little hook tools. I can't remember what they're called. For getting out O-rings, that's what we used to use them for. Using those, but that other piece works way better. I wish I knew what it was for. I could tell you, but I don't know. Pretty well done. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Of course, it's got to be cleaned up, but it looks pretty good. But the back, see the back right there? You can see where the two drill spots are. That's how I got it off. I might just try to drill them out a little bit further and then fill it in with something. What's out there that you can use for that? Does JB Weld, if I use JB Weld, does anybody know if I can put that in there and then sand it down? I need something that I can use that will get hard, that I can sand back down. I need to find something. You're at 493, uh-oh, getting close to 500. You'll be there in no time, man. Your channel's pretty cool. By the way, if somebody drop Broke Stacker's link, please. And if anybody else wants to drop their link, feel free. If you want to promote anything you're doing, let us know. But yeah, I have no problem doing that. I remember when I was like around 100, I went to Couch Collectibles and was trying to tell him about my giveaway, and he was like, no, you can't do that here. I was like, damn. I swear I'd never be like that. So please feel free to drop any link and mention anything you guys are doing. You lost the sub? Well, that sucks. I gained, I think, 63 subs in the last 28 days. So that was pretty cool. And it's been like that every 28 days. Whenever they send me something at the end of the month, I usually get 50 to 60. So we've been growing strong ever since I came back 5 months ago. I basically had to start over 5 months ago. I took a 2-year hiatus. It was supposed to be 2 months, and then all of a sudden it was 2 years later. Dealing with grief and being an alcoholic and, trying to make changes in my life for the better. It just took me a while before I felt comfortable coming back. But now we're back and stronger than ever. And I feel good about it. I love coming on here, even if I'm not pouring, just hanging out with you guys and shooting the shit, man. It's always a lot of fun for me. So thanks, Rhonda. We should be able to give them the 500 now. Let's do it. There's 16 of you in here. There's got to be 6 people that aren't subscribed, hopefully. You don't know how to put links in? You just go to their channel and hit the 3 dots and copy the link. And then when you come over here, when you're going to type in, you just hold down the button instead of, once you get into like the message part, hold it down and then paste it. That's all you do. $4.97. Uh-oh. Ronald Stewart, what's going on? Yeah, I quit drinking in 2022. And I didn't drink for like probably 7 months. And then it was kind of like celebration kind of thing here and there. And then I started kind of like having too many excuses. So like I'm not drinking now, but I don't hold myself to like never drinking again because I'm just setting myself up for failure, really. But I'm the type of person where I can just have a drink or two. Like I don't get drunk, right? I hardly ever get drunk. But every now and again, I like to have a few drinks, But right now, I'm kind of not even doing that. But I'm planning on staying like that for a while. But I have my times where I'll have a few drinks. I'm not going to lie. But I was drinking a 5th of whiskey and an 18-pack every 2 days. Every day for about 2 years straight. And I realized that I needed to end that. So yeah, now it's just, on occasion, celebration kind of thing. I never drink because I'm sad. I never drink because I'm stressed or anything like that. It's always like a celebration drink. And that rule seems to be working out pretty good for me. But I don't even really want to drink as a celebration right now. I'm kind of, I go through phases, I guess. All right, so now what I got to do is clean this dirt up. Did we get him to 500? Please go to that link. Before Mrs. Brokestacker, I was doing a handle of Jack and a 12-pack. Yeah, man, that's not a good place to be. I could feel my body starting to break down. Like I was having issues. Definitely not good. So like a lot of times, like I'm in Maryland and we eat a lot of crabs around here. And I like to cook them myself because I cook them with beer because they taste so much better. So I'll put 5 to 6 cans of beer into the water with apple cider vinegar, Old Bay. I've been doing like an Old Bay JO mix. But they taste so good. And I like to have a couple beers with the crabs. So that's a thing that I might have a few beers for. If the Caps get to like the Stanley Cup, I might have a few beers. Go on vacation, I might have a couple beers, things like that. But I don't drink whiskey anymore. And try not to even do that, to be honest. I'm trying to not really drink at all right now. But like I said, I don't want to tell myself I'm never going to have an alcoholic beverage again, because I know that's probably not true. Everything is okay in moderation. but they also call it spirits for a reason. And I do feel like you're kind of opening yourself up for spirits to kind of take over when you drink. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, guys, this is gonna sound really dumb. I almost don't even want to talk about it. But I, the way I started to live my life was, I meditate, I pray, I do cold showers, I ground where I take my shoes and socks off, and usually I'll do like a meditation slash prayer. And I was doing that today, and I've tapped into kind of, I swear, I feel like I kind of tapped into getting out of my body today a little bit. I know that sounds crazy, but I was like, and maybe I just fell asleep, who knows? But it was like I was in a dream state, but instead of sitting out here behind my shed, I was sitting in my kitchen. Very strange. I don't know if I was astral projecting or if I was dreaming. I don't know. But it was pretty cool. Like I remember, see what happened, it was taking me a while to realize that I was sitting in this chair again. So I really feel like I was doing something I'd never done before. It was weird. And I've been reading up on that kind of stuff too. And it is possible. Or what's it called? What did the CIA used to do? But they still do it, but they would like be sitting somewhere in America, but some guy would go into this like meditative state, and he would be in Russia, you know, figuring out how they're making something. I forgot what that's called, but they do that too. Like, it can be done. Moderation is key, yes. $4.99. We need one more. Is anybody in here not subscribed to Broke Stacker? If so, please subscribe to him so we can get him to 500. That'd be awesome. I can't say that I've ever got anybody to 500 in my live stream, so that would be awesome for me too. Let's do it. I got a silver dime upstairs we'll give away. Let's get him to 500. We'll give away a silver dime. Sitting upstairs in the kitchen. I totally forgot about that. I wasn't going to give anything away today because I've been giving away so much, man. Like hundreds of dollars in the past couple months. In the last couple live streams, I've given away a lot. The one before last, I gave away a 1 ounce Aztec, a quarter, and a $50, 90 percenters. So I was trying to tone it back a little bit, but if we can get him to 500, we'll definitely do something. That'll be awesome. We will do it, because I'll stay on long enough for it to happen. That's what it's about over here. Community. Capital currency community is amazing, full of great people, and I would love to extend that to you, sir. I've got quite a few friends for life from this channel, and I really appreciate you guys, all of you. By the way, Broke Stacker, do you pour silver, or are you just doing copper? I know I heard you talking about doing silver at some point, but is it something that you haven't tried yet? Or you just like copper better? Silver tends to be expensive as hell too. I know I've spent thousands of dollars in silver. And copper, I really don't spend anything, because a lot of times I break stuff down. I actually got I was gonna take this to the dump yesterday too, and I was like, what am I doing? I had a really old trolling motor, and I was like, dude, that's gotta be copper wire in there. And then there's probably a motor in it too, because it is a motor. So I know there's gotta be some copper in it. So I ended up not taking it. I'm gonna take that apart. I wonder if I should make a video about that. What do you guys think? I had a flat screen TV I took apart, and there was absolutely nothing in that. It was so bad. It was a total waste of time. And I was sweating my ass off yesterday doing that too. And do you use Petrobond? Which probably most people do. I'm using Duff Clay, but I also use Petrobond. But my Petrobond got kind of dried out. I'd had it for like 3 years, and it wasn't in an airtight container. It was like in just a regular plastic tub kind of thing. And I've got some that's in a bag, but that bag also has a hole in it, so I think I'm just gonna have to buy all new Petrobond before I use it again. Unless I'm doing some of the bigger stuff in like the big flask. I got somebody that wants to pour a big copper bar for whatever reason. Can't remember why, but he's my postmaster, and he's pretty awesome and helps me out a lot. And a lot of times we'll just shoot the shit for like 20 minutes to half an hour. That happens pretty often. Really good dude. He's gonna show me how to weld too, so he shows me how to weld, because I have a welder, a Lincoln 140, but I've never used it. I'm gonna get him to show me how to use it, and then I'm gonna pour him something in copper. I know it has some. Oh, by the way, guys, he was telling me that he can make things like a turtle, or because I was showing him that turtle, and he can make it out of welds. So he's gonna do like a little plaque with like a turtle on it, or whatever. It might be all kinds of different things, but it's gonna be welds that make it. And then I'm gonna put that up in my auctions, see what happens. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be cool. I did knives in this last auction, which I'd never done before. I sold 3 knives in that auction. So I might even try to do that again. My father made a knife, but I don't know if he finished it. And he just retired, and he also had like a stroke a year ago, so he's been kind of like not doing a whole lot. But I want to see if I can get over there and try to help him finish it, and maybe I'll bring that to the auction. See what happens. Maybe I can get him to make some more. Because he retired and he's just kind of sitting on the couch, man, and I really want him to do something, especially with me. You know, you don't know how much time you got with people, and I really want to spend some time trying to do something with him. I actually want him to make a knife for me too, something I can carry all the time. So he has a kiln for all that. I don't have that kind of kiln, although it's like 120 bucks for a pretty awesome kiln to make knives. So I will be getting into that at some point. I've always wanted to do that, even before pouring. I wanted to try to make knives. I have a lawnmower blade I was thinking about trying to make a knife out of, because I bent it the other day and I had to go get another one. It doesn't even look bent too. So the other side should be good, I would imagine. Actually, to be honest, you know what I think I did? The bottom of the lawnmower, you know, where the blade goes in, it's round. I think there was a piece that bent out, and that's what I was hearing. I don't even think it was the blade. So I think the blade is perfectly fine. But I went out and bought another one anyway, like a dumbass. Never heard of Petrobond? What do you use? That's what most people use. You're thinking about Duff Clay? Duff Clay is good, but it's really hard. It's really hard, period. Like, it's, if you start something and then you're trying to press it down into it, it is damn near impossible. Especially if you have like a 3D print that's plastic or something that's not metal, it's really hard to get it down in there. So if you're doing like bars and things that are flat on one side, it's great for that. But like the praying hands, how I did the praying hands, I put the praying hands in first and then put the clay on top and then flip it over and put the clay on that side. So it's easy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But trying to press down into it, it is so hard. Petrobond's not as hard, but you also don't get as good a detail. What's that black stuff? There's black stuff that people use too. I know 4.9s uses some kind of black stuff. I mean, I guess it's all some type of sand, but Done a couple silver pours, cool. Cranky Stacker, what's going on? You got your praying hands? Awesome. That's number 2. Just came out the furnace. And then I did another one of those doubloons that Pirate sent me. Remember those plastic ones he was giving out to everybody? I made a copy of it and gave it to him. And then I made another one that I sold, I think, at my first auction. I was looking for a couple easier things to pour today. But I don't have to sit and mess with the sand for hours. Oh, you're just using the graphite molds. I got you. Yeah, I got a lot of molds too. I love the art in sandcasting. But I've got a bunch of molds. Yep, you did get number 1. Yeah, this is... he's got the prototype. And then I sold number 1 in that first auction, so this will be number 2. Whoa. I am going to make more of these, though. I'll probably end up doing 10 of these. And then I'm going to do some more of the poker chips. This is a shined up one that I screwed up and wanted to see what it looked like shiny. And then I'm going to do, the next time I do a poker chip, you see how this is raised, the 3 9s, which I might, well, no, I got to do it. But the C's, they're raised up. So I can't really tone this and then clean it to where, like antique it to where those little squares and the circle stays toned, and then I'll clean up the rest. I want it to where the C's are indented just like those are, so that the C's will also be the toned, and then everything else will be silver. So we got to redo this one. But these are usually 1.2 ounces. And I'm giving everybody $5 off. If they have a poker chip and they send it to me, you know, the plastic ones everybody's been giving out, I give them $5 off of my poker chip if they're the winning bid. And I've had a couple people do that so far. So something to think about. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. I think I saw a video. I was watching a playback of one of your live streams. I like that design. Was that your sister-in-law that did that? Or was that your wife? Made a new design for you? Did you get to 500 yet? Totally, what's going on? I just did a number 1 or number 2 of the praying hands. Everybody wants one. Thank you for showing yours off. Cranky got number 1. We're trying to get Broke Stacker to 500. He's only 1 away. Your wife's twin sister. Okay, gotcha. And then, did I show this? We did a doubloon too. This is a number 2 of my doubloons. This is something that Pirate Stacker sent to me a long time ago, like probably over 2 years ago. And I made him one in silver, sent it to him, and then I made number 1 that I sold, I think, at my first auction. And then this is number 2. So I'm gonna make 10 of these eventually. 501, sweet. We gotta do a giveaway. I do have that dime upstairs, so we'll at least do a silver dime. That's awesome. I don't think I've ever had anybody get to 500 in my live stream, or 1,000, or any kind of number they're trying to reach, so that's cool. Hell yeah. That's the community coming together, and that's what it's all about. Appreciate you guys. Let's go in here real quick. Man, I finally cleaned everything up. Oh man, last night. Today was the last day for me to let them know about this stupid ass furnace. So they're gonna pick it up and give me my money back. So that's good. Better lighting in here, man. Always using a little flashlight. That actually works really good. yeah, my last auction, that's the best one I've done so far. So thank you to everybody that showed up. I really appreciate that. And then when I'm done, all the burnt sand goes in here. And apparently if you save it, you can get the silver back out of it. I've never tried it. I might have to take it somewhere and let them do it. I can't imagine you can get a whole lot out of it, but they say that it's a thing. I almost feel like it's just not even worth worrying about, but I do save it. At some point, I'll look into it, I guess. So yeah, I'm thinking about reaching out to 2 Auto and see if they'll send me one, and I'll review it and use it in a bunch of videos. I think they'll do it. They've done it for other people that never. They gave Pyro one and he couldn't even figure out how to use it. And then I think he gave it away. So I will definitely do something with it. But last time I tried to reach out to them before, right when I was about to come back, and they said, "Nah, you don't have any content." And I'm like, "That's my point. I'm about to get back into it and go 100% full force at trying to make this more of a pouring channel." They didn't really want to hear it back then. I'm sure one of the companies will do it. Because, to be honest, I'd rather just stick with gas. I like gas better, if I'm being honest. And then what I do, I used to do all this by hand. Cut all the sprues off by hand, but now I take it to, I have a Ryobi. This thing was $100 too. I'll show you. Oh, these feet are all crooked. I gotta fix this. There we go. So cheap. I think it was like 120 bucks. And I have a flashlight over here, and I'll take it and shine it right up on there and cut my sprues off. There's a lot of silver laying around over here. Trying to do that with my eyes closed. Forgot to put my safety glasses on, and as soon as it started I thought about it. So yeah, it's a little bit extra, and then I'll just file that down. Like, doing it by hand just takes forever. I guess we might as well do the praying hands too, huh? Let me get my glasses. So dirty. Can't see for shit. Not to mention they like to fog up. And putting that block of wood there, it helps you with the sprues when they're always kind of, you know, like this. Put this little block of wood. You can use different sized wood too, but it just makes it so you don't, so you don't have to sit and like hold it on both sides. It's a pain in the ass. So, good idea. I saw somebody do that, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta try that, and it worked great. This is a badass flashlight, by the way. 20 volt. I love DeWalt. I got this one too. This one's pretty decent. Hard to tell during the day, but. So yeah, I got it pretty close. You can't see nothing I'm talking about. Close enough, and then I'll clean it good with the actually, let's just do that. Ryobi, a lot of people like to talk shit about it, but I've never had an issue. That's not true. I have one Ryobi that didn't work great, and it works fine. It's just that the bit, I can't get out of it. Man, there was silver all over this thing the other day. I cleaned it all up. I don't try to use that stuff because it's dirty. So I've done one piece of copper and I did it in the back. And so all the silver I always do in the front. That way nothing gets like cross-contaminated, but this thing works great, but you gotta use gloves, man. My gloves are pretty thin. See it right there? The other day, my thumb, I went, it was so bad. Luckily, it was my nail. My nail was flat for a little while there. Like, don't do that, because this thing spins too. But yeah, this was, I think, not even $100 or right around $100. So 2 great tools for under $250, even with tax. I forget. I always have to run an extension cord to this one. That and that grinder. I don't really use the grinder too much though, since I got this. And really this is supposed to be for wood, but it works great. Cool thing about the doubloon is it doesn't have to be perfect. God, it's so hot I can't even really hold it. Whew. those little nipples that were on there that I cut off, the vent lines. If I take it to that and just sand them down real quick, it's just easier. Sitting there with a file. It doesn't take long with a file, but when you start filing, you got to go the same way a few times, and then you can kind of go back and forth. When you do that, it just automatically lets you go back and forth. Not that that's really a big deal, but I'm there anyway. Might as well do it. I don't save any of that stuff anymore like I used to. You just figured out how to hit the like button? Yeah, you got to hit the 3 dots. Congrats, Broke Stacker. That's awesome. You got the 500. Space Miner, what's going on? Tooly, you're out. All right. Good to see you. Give the balloon a clipped edge. What is that, Serpent? A clipped edge. I hear that, Broke Stacker. But the chicken's outside. Free range. Next stop, 1,000. All right, Serpent. Yeah, it was a thumbnail. It wasn't even like a, it was a, because I totally just threw my thumb into it like a jackass. I don't know what the hell happened. Scared the piss out of me. I thought I lost my thumb for a minute there. But like my nail was kind of, it was, I'm lucky because it was kind of a little bit long at that point. And now it's like all the way down. But about where my thumb, like it was flat to there, but my nail was equal to like the top of my thumb. And it was just flat straight across. I was like, oh man, that could have been so much worse. Definitely eye protection for sure. You don't need it on this as much. I still wear them though. But when you're doing that saw, the way it's doing it is it just throws it straight at you, and it will definitely end up in your eye. I had a little piece hit me in the eye when I was doing something, and I was like, yep, never again. I've got a bunch of different glasses too, and I keep wearing these piece of crap, the worst ones I can find, because they're here. I have like 8 pairs inside that are brand new. A lot of them even look like sunglasses. They're awesome. This one is the one I keep using, and you can see like there's freaking a bunch of spots on it right here, which is probably because something happened at one point. Look at all those little brown spots on it. And they're so big, they fog up right away. I need to go inside and get one of my better pairs. But anyway. See, I always have to run the extension cord over to that. I don't have electricity in my shed. I have a double extension cords running out. One is just for my dehumidifier, and then the other one is for lights or whatever else is that I'm using. That's why I try to use like LEDs, because they don't, like this thing doesn't pull hardly any electricity or amps or wattage or whatever the hell it is. I don't know much about that stuff. But yeah, at some point I would love to run electric out here, but I have to dig all the way back because it's on the side of the house up at the front of the house, and I'm in the back of the house, so I'd have to dig like a 60-foot trench all the way back here to run it. Anyway, I know I'm way back on these comments. Mrs. Coin Crew, what's going on? Did you get that ring I sent you? I hope that made it to you. That was a while ago. Space Miner, what, do you show up to the shop at the butt crack of dawn? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I heard that you posted a video today. I'm gonna check that out. Cranky, are you here? Yeah, you're here, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, I hope so, because I've been talking to you. I get confused sometimes. Everybody watch that video. There's the link right there. Thank you, Rhonda. The squirrels are real. Oh, Mrs. Queen Crew, I know you're gonna like this. Look. This is what I did for my squirrels. I gotta get some corn, but I made them a picnic table. Corn goes in the center of that, and they'll just stand there at the picnic table and sit down and eat corn. It's funny as shit. I made that last year and put corn in it. I haven't put any corn in it this year though, because I have a corn pile over there, like right there for the deer, right there. So they just go eat it there anyway. But I wanted to record a video of them sitting at the picnic table eating, so I could post a video of it. I think that'd be pretty funny. You got it? All right, cool. Just want to make sure it made it to you. Well, that table there has seen better days, has it not? Good Lord. I actually made one. I made a bench out of it. I cut the bottom part off and made 4 seats out of it. It's one of the smaller ones, though. It's kind of more like a kid's table, really. Although adults can sit at it. But I was trying to sell it on OfferUp, but nobody tried to buy it. I've seen them things go for like $500-600 too, and I had it for like $150, and it looks good. But that's how I broke that router. That's the only Ryobi I've ever had. It's not broke. I just can't get the damn bit out of it. So I gotta, I can use it. I just gotta use the same bit that I have in there now, which sucks because I spent like $100 on different router bits. Yeah, it's not my backyard, but thank you. My property ends about right there. But yeah, I got corn. We set up corn over there for the deer. That little jug, I put water in it for them. Like everything's so dry right now. I actually need to clean that out and put some fresh water in it for them. And the squirrels drink out of it too. And they say hunters don't love animals. I feed them and give them water all year. Although I don't hunt squirrel. Yeah, all I gotta do is take a sander to it. It'll look nice. I don't know if I want to seal it because they're eating out of it. But I do have, is it linseed oil? Or some kind of oil that's supposed to be like a natural oil, which would probably be fine for that. I also have like cutting board oil that would probably be fine. I know, Mrs. Coin Crew, I hate that I sit here and I'm sniffling all the time. I keep blowing my nose every so often, but it's just a never-ending battle. Ever since I turned 30. And I'm 45, so it's been 15 years of all summer long. It's worse in the freaking spring. And in the fall, too, for some reason, I always go through a bout. Anyway, we need to get to doing a giveaway since we got broke Stacker to 500. That was pretty cool. One of my videos, somebody asked me if I had a coke problem. Well, I definitely don't have a coke problem, so that's good. Great eating squirrels. Be careful. Strong linseed oil. Yeah, I don't know if it's linseed oil or some other kind of oil. I don't remember. So, Mrs. Coin Crew, I've been making poker chips. CC poker chips. This is a bad one. I got 3 that sucked, and I didn't put them out. But I'm up to number 6 now. I'm about to do number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if I have somebody's poker chip, if they are the winning bid on my poker chip, I give them $5 off. So that's a little something I'm doing now. Man, I'm thirsty. Oh, let me grab these other things and we'll go upstairs and do a giveaway. Take this up the steps. I'll be back to get you. Man, it sucks Tuli left. She told me to keep some of the giveaways. I don't know what just happened. She told me to keep some of the giveaways and give them away later on. And I was gonna do that when she was here, but she's gone. So check this out. Rhonda made this for me. Look at that clock. Isn't that awesome? Anna, I'm crazy. What's going on? Bart, what's happening? So what I just did today was the praying hands number 2. The prototype and number 1 have sold. And then a number 2 of a doubloon. This was when Pirate was giving out those plastic ones. And I made a copy for him and then made a number 1 that I sold in my first auction. So this will be up at the next auction. I'm going to make more of these. I don't usually do them shiny either. They usually kind of look more like that. But you can tell it's like this has some issues. Anyway, so those are my mess ups. Let me get this sand in here. I'm using Petrobond, by the way, if anybody's curious. Mrs. Coin Crew, did you ever end up pouring? I think I asked you that last time. And you said you did a couple. I know you guys had got a furnace at one point. I wish Red was still pouring on here. I used to love watching him pour. I learned a lot from him. Buffalo Boyin on Instagram, Wild Pig Pours on Instagram, and TikTok. They're both on TikTok too. Good people. Actually, I got quite a few designs from Buffalo Boyin that he made. The one I just sold Friday at that auction was one of his designs. The Geiger Alien. And it's spelled G-I-G-E-R because I guess you don't want to get in trouble for making it actually spelled like Geiger. Who knows? Be my luck, I'll be getting sued. So, I can't get sued because it's not spelled the same. And I was going to give away a silver dime, but since we got our buddy to 500, I think we should do a quarter. So we're going to go downstairs, hang out in the studio a little bit. Man, I was playing drums earlier, and it sounded so good. I tuned my snare drum up a little higher than it used to be, and it sounds so much better now. That's one of my buffalo bullion designs. I'm going to be doing this one soon too. I don't know what happened. Oh, there it is. Before I go downstairs, I want to show you guys a few things. I also do this gavel, and then at the end, I use it throughout the night, and at the end of the night, I auction it off, and we'll be at number 4 with those. You also get a round to smack it on. So that is a thing I'm doing now. And we've been doing that in the past 3 auctions. This will be the 4th coming up. That's the mold for the poker chip. But we're going to do another one too, so I can do a tone version. And then I've been doing this in silver and copper, and you can see how it chipped. I actually made it, when I do it in the sand, I make it look better. Almost 4 ounces. And I'll be at number 2 the next one I do, because I sold the prototype and the number 1 both to Native Warrior too. He likes that piece a lot. I don't blame him, because I do too. I almost wanted to keep one of them, but I can always pour something for myself later. But if you guys are into Star Wars, I haven't done this yet. That's going to be a heavy one. That's a buffalo bullion design. This is another one I did, a prototype one. The lighting is really not great. This might be a little better. So yeah, I did that prototype. So there'll be a number 1 coming to this. That's a little over 4 ounces, 4.1 I believe. That's a buffalo bullion design. Plumber Stacker got that. The Geiger Alien I was talking about, I just did the prototype on that. Very cool. And then I have this one. I sold the prototype. I need to do a number 1. That's a sick one right there. And then this lion here. It's a Geffen lion, or a Griffin lion. A lion with wings. And then this is one that I did a prototype on as well. But these are all the buffalo bullion designs I got from him. And then you got to be 18. If you're not 18, don't look. You got to get off the channel. This isn't made for kids anyway, but this is one I got from him too. And it's double-sided. And she's turned this way on this side, and then she's turned this way on that side. So it ends up lining up perfectly. I still haven't done that yet. And then Michael Cortez, he's been making some molds for me. This is the CC Shield, but we redid it because that popped up too much, so we redid this one. So I did the prototype, and I'll probably have number 1 in an auction coming up here soon. And then another one I want to do is this. Look at this alien. This one's going to be hard, but I'm going to try to get this done at some point too. Also a buffalo bullion design. Gold Snipey Farmers here. What's going on? Come on, son. And then other than that, I do want to get back into this again. I need to make some more of these. I sold the prototypes. I would like to make number 1s of that. Once I get a bigger flask made, I'm going to make this. This was my grandmother's that passed away, along with the praying hands. That's the story from the praying hands, is it came from my grandmother's wall. She had a cross hanging on the wall, and this was in the middle of the cross. And I drilled them out so that I could make copies of it. But I got this from her apartment too when she passed away, so this is something I want to do. But I can't fit it into a flask, but that's a really cool piece. That should be probably at least 3 ounces, 3.5 maybe. And then the only one I still have left is actually this. It was a keychain. It's a Zildjian symbol, and I made it thick with some tongue depressors actually, and glued them together to make it nice and thick. It's actually 3.5 ounces, I believe. 2.5 or 3.5. I think it's 3.5 though. And that's it. I'm not gonna waste any more time showing you guys all this stuff. We need to do a giveaway. Oh, and here's another guitar. Let me show you this. This is another guitar that Michael made for me. I sent him the prototype, but I'm gonna do a number one at some point. You guys know anything guitar related or music related in general, I love it. So a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I did. I made one out of wood, but it's hard to get them to line up perfect every time. And the ones I made, it's really tight, but then it's kind of hard to get. It's like you need two people really to be able to hold the bottom and then get the top up. And there's going to be a lot of sand because they're so big, So I'm making one that's out of metal. That's about half that size, and that should be fun to do a lot of stuff. But anyway, let's. Oh, here, let me show you just real quick. This is the pan I have of things that I'll probably be doing soon too. The runes, I'm going to do number ones of those. I already did a prototype. This Harley piece I like. I just sold the prototype of that. I might do this little CC thing. This is the flying turtle because I left the sprue one because that's what everybody wanted. And that sold for 190 bucks. I really appreciate you guys bidding on that. So the prototype was just the turtle. Oh, so it is another prototype. So I can still go, it'll still be a number one. It's either going to be a number one turtle or a number one flying turtle because it is different. And then this guitar, I only did this in copper. I never did this in silver. But it's a bottle opener, so a silver bottle opener. I don't know if it's something people be into or not. This is something I bought at the dollar store. I was like, man, that'd be cool if I could make a copy of it. But I kind of just wanted to have that sit in the background at some point of the live streams. Happiness, good vibes, adventure. So for those that weren't here earlier, my live stream went to about 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday, the auction, selling the pours and coins and whatever. And she had bought Chinese food. And when I came home, I got this. Others will be impressed with your artistic side. That was pretty awesome. And you guys were too, because that was the best auction yet. So thank you to everybody that showed up for that. It means a lot to me. But yeah, Broke Stacker, I do molds too. Like I got a bunch of graphite molds. This is something that I do about 1.5 to 2 ounce. And then I got skulls and hearts and all kinds of cool stuff. But anyway, let's go downstairs. I'm gotta go to the basement, to the studio. Dang, you ate all that food? Stay. Stay. Good boy. To the Bat Cave. To the Bat Cave. All right. Way past your bedtime? No, I started at 8. We just went till 3. But yeah, I usually I've started one at 7, but I don't start putting up auctions until, or pours until 8. So I do like some early bird stuff. Things like I have that are kind of expensive to see if anybody's interested. Things like this, which is still for sale. All this stuff's still for sale. But like, it's kind of an expensive piece. $380 is like the cheapest I could find it for. And I'm doing it for less than that, but see if anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, some of the more expensive things that are more collectible that I know isn't going to be like a bidding war. And put some of that stuff up at 7, and then by 8 I do it. Although the last few I just go on at 8 and start. You like the Marshall stack? Yeah, it's cool. What was that? 2.5 ounces, I think. I need to make another one of those. The next one I do is going to be. When I printed that, I printed it flat. I'm going to print the next one straight up and down. And I think the Marshall will read a little bit better because it's a cursive anyway. And Actually, I could probably get Michael to do that too because he has a different printer than me. I'm using PLA and he has the better one. I can't remember what it's called now. But also, if I do it myself, I need to do like 100% infill. I made a bigger one, so that's cool too. Oh no, that was the big one. I made a smaller one. So I might do one even a little bit bigger. I might try to do a 5 ouncer. I think the 5 ouncer would be cool. I just don't know. You know, that one I had for a while and it almost got melted back down before you got it. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody's really into it. I like it. I think it's awesome. But I like anything music related. All right. I know I missed a bunch of comments, guys. I'm sorry. If you said anything, just type it in again. Trying to see if I missed anybody. I don't think I missed anybody. If you're here and I didn't say hello, go ahead and let me know. Right number. I know. Well, I got to figure out what I'm going to do first. Hold on. Hold on. So this is a gift from Tuli. I'm not going to do that unless she's here. She won this and decided to give it away to you guys, so we'll hold off on that because she's not here. I got some. I was thinking about auctioning these because they're really nice. I got two 1964 Ds here. And I'm going to start making shorts out of these the giveaways that we do. I need my holder. Hold on. That's better. Bear with me, guys. We'll get there. Battery's getting low. Of course, I don't have my charger. It's always something. It's always something. So, I'm going to write a number down. It's the closest without going over, unless everybody's over, and then it'll be closest that way. So, we have a 1964D. 90% silver quarter here. And I'm going to write down the number and stick it here. And then Rhonda will let you know when to go. So hold on for a second. Let me get a number. And that's the number. I think that's good. I'm going to try to make a short out of the winners. How you like that? How did these songs get stuck in my head that I have not heard in days and days? Something triggers it. Mrs. Coin Crew, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Something will remind you of a song, all of a sudden that song pops in your head, and then the song will not get out of your head all day. And you never even heard the song in the first place. Titan, what's up? Perfect timing. And thank you for Friday. That was awesome. You were the top bidder. Oh, hold on, I didn't get my charger. Whew, man. I ran a damn lap trying to get this thing. All right. I was at 10%. All right. Now we're good. And she said, stop. So let's see who won. Number 58. And we gave away this silver quarter because the broke stacker got to 500 in this live stream, and I thought that was pretty cool. I was going to give away a dime, so we upped it to a quarter because we appreciate you guys. So thank you. Let's see. Closest without going over. Carol Clark has 54. Mrs. Coin Crew has 55. Looks like it's Mrs. Coin Crew. Congrats, Mrs. Coin Crew. Write your name on here. My email is in every video, every live stream. Just email me your address and claim it, and you have 24 hours. That's it. That's the only rules. Thank you for hanging out and participating in our live stream. That'll be coming to you. I'm a winner. You sure are. Dang, it's 5:46 already. So yeah, after today's live stream, I know we got 21 hours, and I think it's a week behind anyway. So it probably just gave me the watch hours for last Thursday. So we definitely got the 3,000. So that's awesome. Not that anybody wants to give me a super sticker or super chat anyway. I would never ask anybody to do that. And I think YouTube takes like 30% of it anyway. But yeah, I don't know if it's something I'll do. But we did hit the milestone, so that's awesome. And I appreciate you guys for being here. It means a lot to me. We got 32 likes today. That's awesome. The most I've gotten was 60. So I would love to try to beat that one day. And one day we will. But we'll see when that day comes. But yeah, I'm going to have to slow down a little bit on the giveaways because I've been giving away so much stuff. It's starting to hurt a little bit. So I'm not going to give away stuff in every single live stream. Plus, I got some other giveaways I want to do anyway. I got to give away that 1 ounce that came from Plumber. I have a red book and some other things that I planned on giving away for the 1K a long time ago. And then I took that break for 2 years, so I'm back trying to still catch up on all that stuff. I keep talking about it, but I really don't know how to do it. I'm indecisive on what to do. So I think I might just have a live stream, open up that mail, and give stuff away. I think that's probably the best thing to do. But I kind of wanted to make videos and put people's links in the videos. I don't know. I just feel like it's been so long, I almost just kind of feel stupid, you know? I just kind of feel like a dumbass. And I have to keep explaining, yes, I should have did this 2 years ago, but, you know, I took a break for a little while, and all of a sudden it was 2 years later. I was trying to live life a little better and, you know, making the right choices. It just took me a while to get back. But, you know, that is the story, but I don't like repeating myself either. But anyway. Send it to you. Dang, I just sent that other one to you too. I don't know if I told you. I don't think I sent it to you yet. I sent the there's 2 dimes out for you yesterday, I believe. That's awesome, Mrs. Coin Crew. You are the woman. Message held for review. What was held for review? I don't even see what happened. It kind of went away. Oh, I could teach you how to be stupid. Be careful what you wish for. Laugh out loud. Cranky, that was held for review. I have no idea why. I guess YouTube doesn't like it when you say stupid. Stupid is as stupid does. I don't know. Weird. But yeah, thanks for being here, Cranky. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Brown Sugar, Broke Stacker, Mrs. Coin Crew. I appreciate all you guys. Bart. Who else is here? Carol. Who else is here? Dale. Titan. Rhonda, obviously. All you guys. I appreciate all of you. It's always a fun live stream, even if I'm not doing anything special, just sitting here shooting the shit. Like, I'll probably end up pretty soon doing a coin roll hunt of quarters because I have, I guess, about $150 in quarters. He's ignoring me. Oh, is that from the give it away? I was trying to get back through the comments a little bit. I'm dyslexic. I'm just going to throw that out there again. I brought that up many times. I'm dyslexic. I don't read very good. And I tend to miss a lot of stuff. It is what it is. I can't help it. So, no offense. Getting ready for work. All right, bud. I appreciate you hanging out. I'm about to end this soon anyway. You say gold digger and they took it down. Uh-oh, yeah, they're watching you now. Careful. Serpent, appreciate you being here. Serpent's working. Yeah, I appreciate you guys when y'all are working and you still come on here and hang out and give me watch hours. That's freaking awesome. I really do appreciate that stuff. None of it is, what's the word? I appreciate it all, you know? Especially, you know, a lot of you guys have been around for a long time. There's quite a few of you that have been here since I started the channel, almost 4 years ago. And man, I remember praying to get to 1,000, and we're gonna be at 2,000 not too long. I'm only 250 away from 2,000 subscribers, and it's grown a lot just in the past 5 months. So thank you. I do appreciate everybody. And doing these live streams, I never would have thought in a million years that I was going to be able to do a live stream. I wanted to, but I was always terrified to do it. And once I did it that first time, I've been kind of hooked ever since. So, you know, there's still days though when I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I got to go live today. I don't know if I can do it. You know, I always have those doubts some days, not all days, but some days. But I always tell myself the show must go on no matter what's happening. The show must go on, and haven't missed one yet. Although, not next week, but the week after, I might not be going live that week. But we'll see what happens. Shoot straight and keep stacking. Yeah, I need to get some pew-pews out. I want to do some shooting. My dad just got a new pistol and he wants to go shooting. He don't really get around much, so I need to get him out the house and go shoot. That'll be fun. So yeah, I'm shooting for the 3rd for the next auction. We'll see what happens. But I only have a couple pours that I've done so far. So I plan on the rest of this week, all next week, this weekend. The week after that, I'm probably not going to be getting much done. So I'm going to play it by ear, but I'm going to try to do something by the 3rd. But it might get pushed back a week, but I'll definitely be doing something by the week after the 3rd, that next Friday, for sure. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna end this and then go out and try to get a couple more pours done where I can just kind of do it fast and in a hurry, and at least get a couple more pieces going. I'd like to have at least 20 pieces for the next auction, so we'll see what happens. But I do appreciate you guys. Much love and respect to each and every one of you. And like I always say, I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.